It's
Maybe
like,
we
you know,
related. Sao Tome is so small that
it's such a beautiful place.
yes,
It's
very, very, very. I've been there twice, and it's
yeah,
just I only have good things to say about it.
me too. The public is
Yeah,
like is one of those places where like I've always been welcomed everywhere I went. But then you have some places where you remember the amount of love that you received, because sometimes you receive fandom, sometimes people are just excited, sometimes it's more groupie love, and sometimes there's a special kind of love, like people really like you, they make you feel that your music is meaningful to them. And everybody will receive the music differently, but as an artist, you will, while you're on stage, you will receive the vibrations and the energies that you receive differently depending on where you go. And sometimes, listen, sometimes I'm in a club, the place is horrible, the sound is horrible, the public is horrible, you have like three people who are enjoying, the rest they don't care, or they, I don't know, they want to show you that they. And sometimes, yeah, I go full autopilot playback. I'm not even there. My body is just, and
yeah.
I'm singing in the microphone like one
Doing
love,
what
but
you, yeah.
I'm thinking about business. I'm thinking about other things. I'm like, yo, I hope this the
Think, what
what
should
is
I
it?
have for dinner?
Yeah, I'm like just like, do I take a breakfast? Do I wait? Like,
Mm.
and and uh, and some other times, like even before you get on stage, you get the butterflies, and after the show, you feel like crying because you received so
All
much.
about the energy. Yeah,
Yeah, you
energy is a
received an
powerful
energy,
thing.
and I remember coming out of the airport in Saint Tome in 2003, I think, or
And having
six,
people expecting you.
and there was a lot of people outside, and they all start clapping their hands, and wow, and there was a group of little girls. They were like 10 years old, 11 old. They were everywhere in outside of the radios wherever I go, and like, and it's funny because I was one person posted a comment on one of these videos on these vlogs, and she said, "Oh, I'm one of these girls. I'm 30 now."
Oh
And
wow,
well, yeah, that's the amazing. That's the moment where you feel like, whoa, like the music you did have been
influence
the
and has been
soundtrack. The
part of.
sound, yeah, it's been the soundtrack of the life of some people, and that's when your work become more than you just expressing yourself. It also is a lot of other people that are, you know,
It's a lot of pressure, to be fair, and in a way, for because all of a sudden now you have people looking up to you, to people looking up to your music, and what are you gonna do next? And it can be a good thing, but it can also be a detrimental thing where you feel a bit lost, or you feel like you don't want to let people down, or because people can be quite judgmental sometimes as well, and you think you doing something because you love, but then obviously it just becomes more a thing where you're trying to do things to just to make people like you, or not like you, but to
I get it.
you're making music for the people more than you're making music for yourself in a way.
it
So it's a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing.
it's you know, the struggle of the artist is something that a lot of people don't really realize. A lot of people see artists as the easiest job in the world. They don't realize that sometimes some people, because they choose music, they have their family criticizing them every day, telling them to find a real job, or sometimes, yeah, you know, sometimes you start music just because you want to express the feelings you have inside, and then it becomes, you have, let's say you sell 10,000 CDs, and you made 100,000 to somebody plus X amount on selling shows, and now you have all these people expecting you to sell another 10,000 or more, and then the people who are selling your show are expecting to sell more shows because they make money from the commission, and then
Exactly.
and then the fans are saying, hey, I love when you sing like this, please do more songs like this. Hey, why don't you do more songs like this? Hey, why you stop singing like this? Hey, why don't you do a song with this person? And you hate that person or stuff like that. And you end up for kind of, either you can stay focused on what you why you
Truly
started
believe
this.
in who you are. Yes.
And sometimes you can be like, well, listen, yeah, this is my rent, actually, this is paying my rent, or I have a lifestyle that I didn't have before, so now I need to, yeah, I need those hits. So then and radios will decide that where we play these type of songs, but this song is a little too deep for us, like, nah, we don't want to play, like, nah, too revolutionary, can you do the love song, can you, like, can you know, and like, and then you wanna go, you wanna sing a little bit, or you wanna show a little bit more of your technique as a singer, or as a producer, and people are like, yeah, I don't think people will like it, it's too complicated, and all of a sudden it's all these gatekeepers and all these people who are different interests in why they want you to sing and why what they want you to sing. And it is very rare, not to give myself flowers, but it is very rare to find executive producers who, because they have been artists and because they understand both sides, who are at the same time are going to be able to make you do the hits that they need, but at the same time let you feel that you can express the things that you need to express, and they're going to give you the space for that. When there's a lot of other people that they will not, they will just tell you, hey, we need another hit, so you have to do a clone of that song that we
That
did.
song.
And then
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's when you start.
I, to be fair, I think it's important that I say here because obviously I feel this is the platform for me to do so. I've always felt like Keisha has always given me so much freedom to do what I wanted to do,
Thank you,
but at the
Mike.
same time, thank you, Mike. So much freedom to do what I wanted to do in terms of music and impressing myself. But at the same time,
If I knew the lyrics he was writing. Go
yeah,
ahead.
well, yeah, clearly he didn't know, hence why so much freedom, guys. But regardless, I've, especially being a female, especially knowing that there's not many females that make it in the industry, etc.
Yeah.
I felt pressured in many ways, like, oh my God. And then obviously, like you said, you have people saying this and people saying that. Why don't you make a song that is more like this or more like that or whatever? So I'm trying to do what I like at the same time, do something that obviously I
People
want
like.
to change things, but I want to make things that people like as well. So I did feel a certain amount of pressure. Okay, where to a point that I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe help me. You know. So it I can understand why. And at the time, like, I write most of my songs. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys know, but I write most of my songs. So for me, there was always that pressure, like, well, if I write about this or if I write about that. But I've always felt some sort of freedom to write about
Yeah.
those. But then again, I'm like, I'm not too sure if I do this, will people understand what I'm trying to say, or will they think that I'm completely out of my mind or whatever it is. But then again, you have to realize is people are always going to say something. People are always
Yeah.
going to have things to say, regardless of what are you doing doing things for them or for yourself. Um, so you just got to go with your heart and what you feel like you should be doing, whether if you have a purpose or if you have a plan. Okay, I'm going to do this because I want to go this way, and because this way is going to be more beneficial for me, and because I like it, or because it pays my rent, or because this. So you have to find a balance of everything and find
Yeah. You have to
yourself
find it.
somewhere in the middle.
But a lot of them lose that sight of where they wanted to go in the first
Is it
place.
not? It's easy to lose
It's not.
this,
It's not easy, and it's easy because when you are a male, you have so many things that can sidetrack you. I've seen so many people fall into women, drug. Fame itself is a drug. A lot of people, or a lot of people also doing a hit, and after doing the hit, believing that now they can do whatever they want because
Whatever
people
song, and it's gonna
love
be
them,
amazing.
and
Yeah,
then they crash, and then they don't understand, and then after that they are angry with the public because they don't understand the relationship between the show and the business, or others just don't wanting to do hits anymore because they hate the exposure, they hate the critics, they hate the things that they hear about themselves from people online who don't understand the difference between a constructive criticism and
me.
a hateful comment, or
Yeah,
like the lack of respect. And then you go online and you go to your videos, and if you don't have somebody who's curating the comments and the things, and who are making sure that a lot of things you will not have time to see them because they get moderated before you go there, and then you go to your. I remember one day Sumia calling me crying and telling me I don't want to do this anymore. And it was just after, like, the album just came out. It was like it was not yet number one, but it came out and it was like everybody was talking about this. But then people starting to discover that she's from Morocco, and she's Mauritanian Moroccan, and now everything is about, so now our zouk is being stolen from us by a Congolese producer, and he's Moroccan artist, and are we gonna let this do this? We don't do rye, we don't do this. And then I'm talking about hundreds of comments
yeah.
on a website called zuke.com. And she calls me 2 a.m. She's crying and she's like, I want to stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to sing anymore. Please remove all the albums from the shelves. I will pay everything back. And she was like going crazy.
Of
And I was like,
course, it's
okay.
it's understandable in a way.
And I was like, okay, listen, calm down. Let me handle it. Which, you know me, this is what I always say. It's like, calm down, go to sleep. It will be handled. The next day, I called the owner of the website, and I'm like, listen, it's simple. If you don't clean up all the racism, all the defamation, and all the things that I'm seeing on your website that you are letting there. Oh, but it's the freedom of the. If you don't clean up everything, you will have a letter from our lawyers for the things you are saying about us, or you are letting being said on your platform about us, because I don't believe in this shit of, it's the freedom, everybody can say what. No. It's your platform. Everything is said that is said there about my artist is stuff that you own and that
Detrimental,
you
and it's
can clean up.
detrimental to everyone. Yeah,
And then the person told me, but in this case, we will not be able to do the promotion of this album because we cannot be here moderating this page. And I was like, you know what you're gonna do? Remove every Sushiro product from your website. I don't want to see any Sushiro product and promotion from your website, and we'll do our thing ourselves. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And if in 1 hour everything is not removed from your platform, you will hear from us. And of course, that's what it did. And that's when I decided that everything that is Sushiro artist would be on Kaysha.com, Sushiro.com, and on my YouTube channel, where I can control everything that is said. And if you say, I don't like this song, or it's not for me, it's okay, you have the right to. But if you say, what a shit product, you don't need to be here. We don't need your opinion. You don't like it? Bye. And that's how I started being very controlling, because I wanted to protect the mental health of the artist that I was working with. And this person, after I think I met him maybe 6 months later, he was like, you were right, but we cool, yeah. I said, yeah, listen, I don't have a problem with you.